Hey, what it do, baby boat? Oh, excuse me. Oh, squeeze me. No jokes. In this video, I'm going to be going through one of Tarzan's gameplay. Now, Tarzan is the jungler for Griffin, who's coming, I think they're coming first in the LCK, and this dude is fucking crazy, okay? He's insane. He's insanely good at jungle. And so, the purpose of this video is that I'm going to look at Tarzan's gameplay, I'm going to break it down, I'm going to find out exactly why he's so good and how he does it, and then I'm going to give that information to you, so you can be good, not necessarily as good as Tarzan, but so you can be a better jungler, and you can climb the solo queue ladder, okay? It's pretty simple. Particularly in this gameplay that I'm watching, Tarzan does two things that make him fucking insane. Two particular things. I guarantee you, if you master these things that I'm about to teach you, I have no doubt in my mind that you will be a better jungler. That's just a fact, okay? And I want you to guess, okay? As I'm starting to teach you and stuff, think to your mind what it could be. Have little guesses in your mind, and I'll tell you as we go on. The first thing that you want to pay attention to is which side of the map needs Tarzan's investment. Or more specifically, which side of the map or which lanes have a better chance of a gank being pulled off, being successful. So we look top. Jace versus Silas. Jace is a lane bully. He's not the easiest person to gank for compared to like a Renekton or Maokai or Pantheon, someone with hard CC. He's a lane bully. So pretty much what you do with Jace is you just give him wards and you tell him where the enemy jungler is and he's fine. You just let him do his thing. So there's not much gank potential happening here. Vladimir is pretty much the same. He's hard to gank for because he's got no CC like Twisted Fate or like Syndra with their E or something like that. Instead, you kind of just let this dude do his thing. Make sure that you give him wards and you give him intel about where the enemy jungler is so he doesn't get ganked. And that way he can just farm and snowball safely to the mid to late game. But you can't necessarily gank this for this person because he's hard to gank for. He's got no stuns. On the other hand, bot lane has heavy CC. They got Talia, which has her slow from her E and her knockback from her W. And they've got this person's CC, Alistair. Oh, fucking cowbell over here. And they're also versing a very immobile, balls deep support, Leona. Leona, she's not like Lulu or Janna where she can stand back and play passive. That's not what Leona does. Leona is a balls deep, all-in type of champion. And so because she has to overcommit to the interaction to win the fights, that means you'll be able to capitalize off of this biddy, you know, and her aggressive nature. So she goes too far balls deep, you've got CC to work with, you got enough damage, you can definitely pull off a kill bot lane. So that just gives you a rough plan in your mind about what you should be doing as a jungler. You need to be weighing up the matchups. It's different every game. I can't speak English. It's different every single game, okay? So if you're new to this, don't expect to learn all this stuff at once. It takes time and effort and stuff like that. But over time, you'll start to understand the champion's abilities and who wins the matchups and stuff like that. Okay, so he's just doing a standard clear, gets the red in the Krugs, because the Krugs, the second rotation, does gives you a lot of XP. And we've got two wards here to spot out Aatrox if we want to have a quick geese. Right. So things are playing pretty normally. And Aatrox shows on the bot side of the map. That means that he's either taking the scuttler and then going back, or he's just taking the scuttler and then he's just going to try and fight Lee Sin 1v1. Now, I'm assuming that Tarzan knows that he doesn't win that 1v1, clearly. Like, definitely, sorry. Not like Lee Sin versus a Mumu or something. I'm not sure how the matchup goes. And so, I think he wants to play it safe. And, if he wanted to invade him right now, he could just, like, finish this and go over here. But he doesn't. And so, instead, he just elects to trade jungles. Right? And so, we know for a fact now that Aatrox is over here somewhere. Yeah, he's over there somewhere, and so they're just trading jungles. Leona tries to pull off that sneaky gank. They call miss. And you see, you're going to see it soon, hold up. So while you're farming, you should also be taking quick glances at the map to see if anything's going down. Okay, see, just look at the state of the lane. Top lane's fine, there's no dive here. Mid lane, there's not really any dive here. And bot lane, Aatrox is somewhere over here, so Tarzan, or you, if you were Tarzan, you need to communicate with your lanes to play safe. Which lanes need to play safe. Right? And so he's farming away, doing his thing. And they commit. Now watch this. I want you to pay very, very careful attention to this. You see this ping right here? The danger ping? I'm pretty sure, I'm not 100% sure, but I'm pretty sure that's Tarzan. And so Tarzan did the right thing. He knows that Aatrox on the bot side of the map, and you know there's a fight breaking out right here. So if Aatrox was to come right now, it's very, very dangerous for the red team. Okay, very dangerous, which is why he pings them to play safe. If he was farming over here, like if Lee Sin was on the bottom side of the map, he wouldn't necessarily tell him to play safe because he's in position for a counter gank. But because he's not in position for a counter gank, he needs to tell them to play safe because they have a numbers disadvantage, right? I hope that makes sense. Sensaru. And so what happens is that Aatrox shows bot, which is normal because he was farming on the bot side of the map. They get first blood, and because the enemy, the blue team, they're investing resources into this side of the map, that naturally means that this side of the map is going to fall. So if they're, and it looks like this, if they're investing stuff into here, into this side of the map, this goes up, but then the other side goes down. And so because the other side is down, there's a weakness on this side of the map, a numbers disadvantage. That's why Tarzan just decides he's trying to get something from it. He's trying to go tit for tat type shit, you know, 1 for 1. And so what he does, he's helping Vladimir push the wave. He gets some damage off onto Talon. And while Aatrox is bot side of the map, he's going to zone Talon off the XP as much as he can, right? It's pretty simple. He's just trying to get... Make some plays, does some damage. Holy shit. Vladimir does so much damage. And now he's playing safe. Now he goes back. There's nothing back happening here, and there's no fight breaking out. Nothing about to happen, so he just goes back to farming. So nothing too fancy has happened here, okay? All that's happened is that he's tracked Aatrox's jungle, he's pinged his teammates accordingly, and the time that Aatrox did try to get something here, he tried to chuck a jab down here. He tried to chuck a jab down here, and so Tarzan tries to make a move on here because there's no pressure on the mid side while Aatrox bot side. There's no chance for a counter gank or anything like that. Be very aware that he's always doing the right move. There's always one move that will produce the higher investment, the biggest ROI. And if there are no ganks going on, there's no ganks available, you should be farming, okay? He's going to the bot side of the map because Scuttler's coming up. Also, for anyone who's watching this and you want to climb the solo queue ladder in the fastest and easiest way possible, excuse me, I'm offering coaching. This is my little plug. And so for anyone who wants coaching from me and you want to climb fastest, Fairhawk, make sure you check the link in the description below, and I'll put it in the comments as well, and I'll help you fellas out. This was very important. You see how he chucked the Q and he didn't go in to try and take the scuttle? Well, it's because we don't know where Aatrox is. And so imagine if he took the Q right now, the scuttle's over there, he'd be over here. Talon and Aatrox are going to 2v1 him, and Vladimir isn't in the position to help immediately. So that's why he didn't take that Q right now, because mainly because we don't know where Aatrox is, and also because Vladimir isn't in position to help Lee Sin fight if necessary. So now this is really good. So in this case, they had that fight before, remember? And I'm assuming that Tarzan was tracking the summoners. And remember what we said at the start of the game? That Leona is a very balls deep type of champion. Well, here she just gets caught out for being so balls deep. Get the CC from Talia, CC from everyone, and they get the free kill. There's no mechanics to that. That's all decision making. That's all planning before the game starts and being at the right place at the right time. And so remember how I said there's always one action that that brings about a better ROI? Well, here it's Dragon. There's nothing else to take other than Gromp. He's already on this side of the map. He's got the kill. And so what's more important? If you've got two options, you got Gromp or Dragon, which one is the better ROI? What are you going to get the biggest return on investment for? It's obviously going to be the Drake. So he starts soloing the Drake. And this works especially as well because they've got bot lane priority. They've just killed Leona. If a fight is to break out here, they've got two people to help Lee Sin. Whereas Leona will still be over here somewhere. She's not, you know, so they've got a numbers advantage. By the way, if any of this doesn't make sense, just put it in the comments below and I'll ignore you. No joke, sorry. I love you. Just put it in the comments below and I'll suss you out. I'll help you out. Right, he's on this side of the map. I think he's walking up to get his red buff now just to secure it. we see Aatrox on the top side of the map. Now, this is very, very important. This part is super important, so you need to fucking pay attention. When you know about the enemy's jungler's whereabouts, when you know what side of the map that he's on, you tell your teammates. You need to tell them, hey, Aatrox is here. Because this means that if Aatrox is farming on this side of the map, he only has 2 lanes that he can possibly gank, and it's not bot. Okay, because he's on this side of the map. How the fuck is he gonna gank bot? He doesn't walk all the way here and just go for the gank, right? He's got 2 lanes to gank for. Yeah, he can gank Jace or he can gank Vladimir. Now your job is to be like, okay, he's on top side of the map. He can gank top or mid. Which one is he more likely to gank? Is he more likely to gank Jace, who's going back to base? No, because he's going back to base. Is he more likely to gank Vladimir? He's pretty far pushed up, you know. And so obviously, if you go through that process of elimination, the answer is going to be Vladimir. Now, I'm not saying that Aatrox is going to gank Vladimir. I'm saying that if he is to gank a lane, it's going to be mid. And so you need to tell your mid laner in this situation to play safe. You need to tell him, hey, Aatrox is on the top side of the map. Jace is going back, so he's safe. If Aatrox is going to gank anywhere, it's going to be the mid lane. Now what do you think happens? This part is super important as well. If Aatrox doesn't go for a gank here, we just saw him walking this way, right? We just saw him walking down. What do you think he's doing? And I honestly want you to take the time to think about this. Take the time. And now, my assumption is that if he didn't go back after that, and he's not ganking mid, and he's walking bottom, you go through that process of elimination, he's probably going to go farm this side of the map. Okay? It's not rocket science, it's just a process of elimination. And so your job is to tell these 2 lanes to play safe. Now Jace is safe, not only because he went back to base, but because Aatrox is now on this side of the map. Goes over here. He'll get the kill on bot lane, which is heavily, heavily influenced not only by the first blood, but also by Tarzan's gank on the bot side of the map. And so we know Aatrox is bot here somewhere, okay? I think he's bot. Yeah, there he is. Look. It's not rocket science. It's a process of elimination. And see that ping? I'm pretty sure that was Tarzan saying, hey, I just saw Aatrox walk this way. He didn't gank mid, so he must be farming bot side. And so you guys need to play safe. Now it goes back. Bot lane goes back. And while nothing's happening on this side of the map, the reason why he went bot over here and he didn't go back top is because 1, there are no camps on this side of the map, so it doesn't really make any sense to go top. And 2, blue buff is up. So I'm assuming his next jungle route is going to be something like take this side and then go to the top side of the map to secure scuttle. Or take this side of the map, and if they get a sneaky gank off on these 2 again, then they can snowball off of there, and we'll see what he does. So he's just taking his things. It's not rocket science. He's just farming away. Once again, he's not forcing any ganks. And you see how this lane is winning naturally because they've already got the snowball. So once you get a lane in an ahead position, whether that's through ganks like this lane, you know, like because you help them out, or whether that's through a lane matchup like this one, because this dude's ahead because he's got more CS and because he's obviously he's got less health. You don't necessarily have to continue ganking and pressuring that lane over and over again. You can kind of just let them do their thing. Once again, do the 2 things that I talked about with wards and pinging them about the enemy jungle's whereabouts. But you don't necessarily have to always gank that lane over and over again once they're in a head position. He just has to run away here. Can't do anything like that. Fight breaks out. Good work. And look, this happens. This is a huge thing, and you're not going to be aware of it, and that's why I'm telling you now. He fought on the side of the map where they had the snowball. Okay, Talia is already naturally ahead because of her the first few ganks and fights. So if they fight on this side of the map, there's obviously a better chance they're going to win it because Talia's ahead. It's as simple as that. And so you kind of want to force fights. Not force, that's the wrong word, but if you're going to have a fight, you want to do it with the people who are strong enough to fight, which is another mistake that heaps of low elo junglers make, is that they fight with people who are shit, bro. They fucking suck. Not trying to be ratchet, but they fight with people who are just so far behind, and then they're like, oh my gosh, why did we lose that fight? And it's like, hey, you fought with the idiot. Of course you're going to lose the fight. You need to fight with the winners. You need to fight with the people who are strong. You don't fight with the people who's losing. That's silly. Okay, now this is important. So you got the kill. There are no camps on the bottom side of the map. So obviously you go to the side of the map where there are camps up so you can farm. It's not rocket science, okay? And so, actually, I'm not going to lie, I kind of feel bad about saying it's not rocket science because some people watching this, you don't know this. So I need to be more empathetic, I guess the word is. We see 2 people on the top side of the map. And so there's a really good chance that they could go for the dive on Jace. He's half health. You got 2 people. You got a resurrection from Aatrox. So you need to be on the top side of the map at this particular point in time to counter gank, okay? To counter the dive if they go for anything. He's going for it. He's just farming. He's not forcing anything. He's using his time wisely, just waiting around to see if anything happens. As soon as something does happen, he doesn't finish this, which is lots of you doing this, you'll try and finish this first, which is silly. It's the wrong thing to do if you want to win the game. He just drops it immediately and runs to the fight. They have a little skirmish. Get the kill. And he drops it because Vladimir was pinging for about 7 years that Talon was coming up. And so Tarzan's smart enough that he's like, okay, I won't chase this because I don't want to feed Talon. Especially because Talon, if he's in a behind position, he's terrible. But if you give him a few kills, he just snowballs off his nut, like kind of like Fizz. Now, Infernal's coming up, I believe, or Infernal is up. And now, once again, it's not... Okay, I'm not going to say it's not rocket science, but the reason why he's going bot is because there's only one camp topside, whereas bot side there is the Wolves, there is Gromp, there is Scuttle, and then there is Infernal. So if you're going to invest your time somewhere, which one has the better ROI? Is it the bot side of the map where there's more stuff there to take, or is it the top side of the map where there's less stuff there is to take? It's very, very simple when you break it down like that. Also because there's a fight breaking out, so you want to be as ready for as many fights as possible. That's why he's skipping those camps and just running straight to the fight. Get the kill and then go dragon. Perfect. And now he can do a perfect rotation. He can just go... I'm not sure if this is what he's going to do, but he can go bang, bang, fucking dragon, scuttle, gromp, wolves, red, this, and then Rift Herald if he wants to, which is, I believe, what he's going to do. Or he could just go straight to red buff and skip that stuff. I just want to see what he does now, because that's interesting that he does that. Maybe he values the Krugs over the other 2 sides on the map, and to pick up this wave as well. I'm not 100% sure. A fight's breaking out, so he's not farming, he's running to the fight, right? And now he has topside pressure, not only because Jace is a lane bully, so Jace has been winning his lane without any help from Tarzan, but because Alistair's here as well. And so he has the ability to go and make balls deep plays like this when he has pressure on the top side of the map. You don't necessarily want to be doing this when you don't have top pressure. For example, if Silas was winning and Talon was pushing Vladimir into his turret, you don't really want to be invading. Because heaps of people do that, and I used to do it myself, is you invade when you've got no lane priority, and then you blame your laners and you be like, oh my fuck, you know, why didn't you help me? And it's like, no, you should have just not done the stupid thing in the first place. Now they have a fight. Because of all of the work that he's been doing on this side of the map, he's so strong that when he brings it to the top side of the map, there's a better chance of winning the game. Of winning the fights and shit, because he's so strong at this point. By the way, once again, I'm going to make another offer. If you want to climb fast, the coaching link is in the description. My whole job as a coach, I can't fucking speak English, is to make you the best player you can possibly be in the shortest amount of time. And in turn, you will climb the solo queue ladder faster than you can by yourself. So if you want help with that shit, check the link in the description or in the comments. Yeah, sorry. I had some technical difficulties, so I had to record this part of the video a day later, which is why the change in outfit and the change in lighting. I don't know why I'm going like this. Sorry. So pretty much what just happened is that they had the fight. He's taken Rift Herald, and now he's taking Scuttler. He takes Rift Herald, he takes Scuttle. Let's go back to this view. And now he's just trying to be ready for the fights. It's pretty simple. You want to be as ready for as many fights as possible. The next thing that you really, really want to master, the fundamental, is how to close out games when you've got the lead. So in this case, they've clearly got the lead. They're ahead by almost 10k gold. But closing out the game is a completely different story. To close out the games, you need to be pushing objectives. But there is such thing as the right objective to take. And the right objective would be the one that you have the highest chance of taking, like it's got the highest success rate, and it's got the lowest amount of risk. So The way that you do that is I call it the lawnmower method, and it's pretty much all you have to do is you take all first tier turrets, then you move and you take all second tier turrets, and you take all third tier turrets. So if we're applying the lawnmower method to this game, what Tarzan would do is he'd do something like he'd pop Rift Herald mid, he'd take this turret, he'd get lots of gold from it, or his whole team would get lots of gold for it. If they have the ability to push for this next turret here, then they do so. If not, it's fine. They can go back to base, buy items, and then come for it again when they're stronger, you know, when they've spent their money and shiz. Once they've taken this turret, then they move on and take all second tier turrets. Okay, so because this one's down, they rotate and they take this one and this one, go back to base, buy items, you know, get stronger, and then come back and then take all third tier turrets. And so we'll watch what Tarzan does. I'm pretty sure he does something similar. Gets a Silas Flash. I'm pretty sure he just pops Rift Herald mid soon. But the key to it is taking objectives. You have to keep the snowball rolling. You don't want to just do nothing with your lead. You have to be aggressive and go on the offense, which is exactly what happens. See, they've taken the top turret, so now they're rotating and taking this one. If they wanted to play it really, really safe, then they'd go back to base, buy items, get dragon, and then take this turret. And the reason why it works is because, let's say, right, that you go to the gym and you bench press 100 kilos, 220 pounds, right? And you do it once and it feels comfortable, you can do it. It's you know, you do it safely. Just because you benched 220 pounds, let's say for 3 reps and it feels comfortable, does that mean that you can go to you can move the weight up to, let's say, 250 pounds and bench press it for 3 reps? No, those two aren't equal. You have to have more strength in order to bench press the 250 for 3 reps. You have to be stronger. Over here, you're bench pressing 220 pounds and it's comfortable. That means that you can go and take the same level of weight. This is 220 pounds, and then you go to this one. This is 220 pounds. There's a really, really good chance that you're going to be able to take this turret, right? If you're able to bench press it up here, then you're able to bench press it down here as well, because it's the same amount of weight. And then once you've taken all 3 turrets, you know, you've done it 3 times, then you're probably strong enough that you can try the 250 pounds. And then you've done your 250 pounds once. Does that mean that you can bench press 280 pounds for 3 reps? No. So go get stronger. Go lift this same amount of weight and do it on this side of the map, and then lift the same amount and do it on that side. Anyway, this is what it did last time. This is why I had to frickin' do the second video. So I'm going to finish this here. I hope you learned something new. Okay? To summarize the 2 things that Tarzan did. 1, you invest your time on the correct side of the map, the one that's going to bring you the highest ROI, which is the side of the map that's snowballing, that's doing well. Don't invest your time with the, not losers, but the people who are doing terrible. Don't invest your time there. They're feeders, they're strugglers, they're trying to pull you down. Don't do that shit, okay? And second one is close out the game once you have the lead with the lawnmower method, which is what I just explained before. So I hope you enjoyed the video. Like I said, if you want to climb the solo queue ladder in the fastest, simplest, and easiest way possible, I'm offering coaching. So feel free to watch the video in the fucking comments below. I'll pin it there, and I'll chuck it in the description as well. If you want to climb fastest Fairhawk. But I truly hope you learned something new. If you enjoyed the video, give it a like. Comment below with your favorite breakfast, what you had. Sorry. Comment below with what you had for breakfast today, because I love asking that question and I love food. Have a good day. I love you. Stay beautiful. I don't know what I'm doing with my hands. Shana Docs.